When we talk about reducing emissions to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees, carbon dioxide comes to mind as the main culprit. But methane accounts for around 20% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and its concentration in the air has been rising rapidly. This is a problem because for every ton of methane put into the air, the global warming impact is up to 28 times higher than that of a ton of CO2. Fortunately, methane mitigation was recognised as a high priority at COP26 with the launch of the Global Methane Pledge. Methane emissions can come from a range of sources, such as agricultural activities and fossil fuel operations, but today we'll be focusing on those linked to waste from landfills. Landfill gas projects avoid emissions from decaying landfill waste by either combusting collected methane or converting gas to energy, or even both.
At BeZero, we have assigned ratings to more than 20 landfill gas projects around the world. Looking at the distribution of these ratings, we find the likelihood of landfill gas credits to avoid a ton of carbon dioxide equivalent ranges from high to low. One of the most important risk factors we look at for any type of project is additionality, which asks the question, would these project activities likely have happened without the need for carbon credit revenues? In the case of landfill gas projects, activities to capture and destroy methane may be common practice or even mandated by local regulation depending on the country. This can often be the case in cities due to local air pollution laws. Methane converted to energy can also be sold to the grid, sometimes at a premium compared to energy from fossil fuels, which further undermines the need for carbon finance and lowers additionality. It is worth noting that a supportive policy environment doesn't automatically indicate low additionality. In some countries which support these activities, there may still be insufficient public or private funding to source the equipment needed.
Overcrediting, which is the risk of a project issuing more credits than it should be, is another important factor in our ratings assessment. For landfill gas projects, the risk is often mitigated thanks to dependable and continuous monitoring of electricity use and generation. However, we do find that projects often depend on default values when it comes to calculating their emission reductions. This blanket approach ignores the fact that not all landfills are created equal. Parameters such as methane oxidation rates, landfill cover types, and climate vary from landfill to landfill site. At BeZero Carbon, we've built a proprietary database that leverages data points from landfills across the world. By going beyond the default values used in many baseline calculations, our curated database allows us to make a more accurate and independent assessment of overcrediting risk.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, nature-based projects have a natural appeal to carbon market participants, but high-quality credits with a real environmental impact can also be found in landfill gas projects if you look carefully enough. To learn how the BeZero Carbon Markets platform can help you find and compare carbon performance within the waste sector group and beyond, get in touch and we'll be happy to give you a demo.